shadows where the real G's meet. Got the game on lock, every move is elite. Survival of the fittest, ain't no room for the weak. East side legend with a west side grind. Hustle in my veins, got the city on my mind. Ain't no love lost in this world so cold. Got a heart full of gold, but my soul been sold. Posted at the corner store, cash in hand. Brothers on the run, cause the cops don't understand. We just trying to make it in this land of the free. But freedom ain't free when you trapped in the Detroit gangster, king of the streets. Living in the shadows where the real G's meet. Got the game on lock, every move is elite. Survival of the fittest, ain't no room for the weak. Respect the hustle, recognize the game. From the Motor City where we don't play the same. Life in the fast lane, chasing that fame. But in the end, it's about the family name. Stacking paper high like the towers we see. Built from the ground up, legacy of the D. Blood, sweat, and tears in the streets we roam. But in the end, it's about the family name. Stacking paper high like the towers we see. Built from the ground up, legacy of the D. Blood, sweat, and tears in the streets we roam. But in the end, it's about the family name. Never back down, always stand tall in the face of adversity. I'll never fall, live by the code, respect and loyalty. In the city of hustlers, that's the royalty. Detroit gangster, king of the streets. Living in the shadows where the real G's meet. Got the game on lock, every move is elite. Survival of the fittest, ain't no room for the weak. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city.
Count me up, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hits. Niggas been counting me up, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hits. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit, the game is off balance, I'm back on my shit. The Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it, you all on my dick, I'm all in my bag, as hard as it get, I do not store powder, I might take a sip, I might hit the blue, but I'm liable to trip, I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish. Niggas been counting me up.
What up, though?
Niggas been counting me up.
What up, though?
Niggas been counting me up. Niggas been counting me up.
All right. We got that out the way. What up, though? If you know, you know. What is that? Oh, well. What up, though? What's popping? What's good? What's real? What's going on? Why is my background not my background? There's my background. I need to change my name. I'm not Virgin no more. I just really will. All right, cool. Bet it up. All right, let me give my good people their shout outs as they come into the building. Most importantly, if you are inclined to hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. If you want to hit the Super Chat, do not let your chat peers outdo you. By all means, if you wish to support the show, then do so by hitting the Super Chat and or hitting the Cash App. If you got the Cash App, drop the link in the mother effing chat box. Now, if you paid attention to the title of this stream is very important for all content creators. And I'm going to do my very best to pretty much give you a landscape of what's happening, to give you a broader scope as what's going on these YouTube streets, right? Well, let me give my people their shout outs though. Oh, Jack, what up though? Smash that like button. He said, hey to Raw Beat too. I'll make sure I let him know. E-Dub is in the building. Salute to you, my G. Much appreciated, my dog. Yvette Marie, sis, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Dr. Steele, what's going on? What up, though? What's poppin'? Genesis, hey, sis. That's my Detroit family right there. What up, though? What's poppin'? What's I got up in here? E-Black with the laughing emojis. What up, though? What's poppin'? Almanize. What up, though? What's poppin'? All right, y'all know how I always go at the very beginning of the show. We got 20 people watching, but I only see about maybe 5 or 6 people in the chat. So as you come in, make sure you drop a 1 in the chat box. Let me get a 1 head count. And also make sure y'all hit that like button. Smitty, what's going on, my G? What up, though? Also, there we go. I got my ones in my chats. There it is. Got 3 ones in the chat, so that let me know that Cuck Nation and more than likely Crack House is watching, and also other people may be watching, but that's fine. If you seen the show yesterday, you saw the show yesterday. Like I said yesterday, that's my last time speaking about that topic, unless other things arise. As of right now, the direction of the channel is moving different. You know, we come up, you know, we game, you know, we like to have fun, have serious conversation. Today is one of those serious conversations, right? Today, I'm going to be speaking to you about something that was shared with me that I think all content creators need to be aware of. And when I say that they need to be aware of, because this affects their channel directly. Hey, hey, babe, what's going on? Matter of fact, Rob B is in the chat. Let me go ahead and give my baby her just dues and her shout out.
Guerrier plein, j'arrête un mouvement soyé. Mais pour avancer, même dans le noir on va briller. On a presque tout vu, on n'est plus dans les way ambigus.
And who would I be if I did not fish for my privacy complaint?
Someone crying because they can't have a cupcake.
Little sweet sliding down the banister. It's the sweet one.
Yeah. You know what time it is. I need my privacy complaint. You are now 3 days and 4 shows behind schedule, sir. I need my privacy complaint. I need my quota met. All right. So I want to give a huge shout out to my very special, very educated, lovely lady, my beautiful baby, Robbie. Robbie keeps me inspired on so many different levels. Y'all just don't understand. A lot of the things that y'all see happening with the show, graphics, music, all of this good stuff. This smile on this beautiful face, all of that. That's all it takes to my baby. So that's my shout out to my baby. Let me give my salute to my girl, Casper. Now, Casper brought something to my attention that I feel that everyone needs to be aware of. If you haven't already tried, what is, I'm gonna give y'all a test. What is another word for a donkey? It starts with the A and it ends with an S. Try to type it in the chat. If you try to type it in the chat, you're gonna find something. Also, try to type, what is another word for a pregnant female? There it is. All right, cool. What is another word for a pregnant female dog? All right, it's showing up. Cool. Now, it's a few words like that. Those few words that will get a channel in trouble. And it's all based on frequency. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to y'all today is because I know a lot of us participate in different spaces, on different panels, and different chats. But it's certain things that can get you in trouble. When I say get you in trouble as a content creator, I mean demonetized. I'm talking about channel terminations across the board. From the research that was shared with me, which I cannot share on the screen, but I will be giving y'all a copy of the Google Doc so y'all can go in and look at it yourselves. But I'm letting you know right now, it's a lot of things that you can get in trouble for on this app. You can wake up one day and find that your channel has been completely removed from the partner program. Then you can find out and find that your channel has been completely terminated just because of verbiage. Now, verbiage also comes in the form of deleting those chats as well. You can, yes, Dr. Steele, correct. Now, you can even put these chats in there and even remove them yourself, but the AI from YouTube is still going to pick it up. When you do have these chats that has been mass frequented to your channel, or even through super chat, by people being on the panel, these things can get you into an algorithm, into that AI, which will get your channel reviewed. And when your channel comes up under review, I don't even think they have to tell you. You'll just wake up and find that a lot of those greens will go to yellows. A lot of those yellows will go to red. That red, next thing you know, demonetized. It's certain topics that you cannot speak about. Some, which has recently come up, which is the election. There's been channels that have been completely stricken off of YouTube for talking about the candidates. Talking about political parties has even gotten channels removed from YouTube or demonetized. Some of these examples are not just words, they're phrases as well. Within these phrases, there are key words in there. Yes, exactly, Kojak. Yes, Dr. Steele. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with y'all. Where is it? Right there. I'm going to share with y'all this list. And as moderators, this is why having good moderators is a good thing. And I appreciate everybody that is wrenched up on my channel. Now, I do see a name in there that is not moderated up. Let me go ahead and get you together. Kojak, I just need to remove your wrench for 1 second. Just give me 1 second. There it is. And you have to be very careful with these moderator sticks as well, because you can moderate the wrong person, and what'll happen is they can send your channel into disarray. This is why a lot of people say is be very careful who you give a mod stick to. When you give a mod, yes, exactly. Yes, Almond Eyes. This is why I feel like this conversation is very important. When you have a rogue moderator will purposely put stuff in your chat while you up doing your show. A rogue moderator will put stuff in your chat or allow certain things to go on in your chat, and you won't even know about it. And enough happens. Let's say you had, I don't know, let's say you had 1,000 people watching, and of those 1,000 people, they're using a couple of hundred of these demonetized words. As a matter of fact, to be accurate, just this list alone, excuse me, make sure I got my verbiage right. This list alone goes down to 2,992 words and phrases. It's a mixture of words. And hey, Casper, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm talking about that link that you sent. So, Casper, do I got you? Is you moderator, Casper? No. Hold on, Casper, give me 1 second. There we are. All right, cool. So when you have these yes, a rogue moderator, I've seen it happen. As a matter of fact, I did some research while I was taking care of some business today. Rogue moderators, if a person is having a disagreement with a moderator be like, oh, okay, so you want to play games? Bet, I got you. Bam. You see what I'm saying? So, all right, now go ahead and check that. I got to check it as it comes in. Hey, shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby with the Cash App showing support to the show. Do not let your chat peers outdo you. Hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. All right, I'm not gonna let that go too long. But even in something like that, hey VS, how you doing? I'm glad that you stopped by. So for the content creators in the chat, if y'all have something that y'all want to add to this, you're more than welcome to. But when it comes to these demonetized words, what I'll do, like I said, I'll give y'all the document so y'all can have for yourself. Because as moderators, as content creators, I think this is information that is very important, y'all. Because I don't want you to wake up one day and find that your channel has been demonetized or terminated just because of language, either that's being used on your panel and even that's being sent through super chats. Now, let me talk about super chats for a second. Super chats can also get you demonetized. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Because people will send $1 or $2 cat. Go, Venus. Hey, Venus. Hey, Sarah, stopping by to show some love, moving around, but I'm in and out. Hey, I appreciate you, Venus. Make sure y'all catch this before y'all go. Make sure y'all, what kind of dog is that? She's a mixed. She's a mutt, but that's my baby, though. That's still my colors. But make sure y'all catch that link before y'all go. I do want y'all to have that link, to have this information. And when you go into your content creator dashboard, when you go into YouTube Studio, make sure you're taking a look at some things, right? Now, today, I'm going to do my best to change up how it is I push this dialogue. Because I was reading when you posted in Discord. Thank you for sharing. Yes, most definitely, Venus. When you look at, and I'm not going to show the document on my screen, but that's what I was on. I was on Cash Apps. Let me get back to that for a second. So even with Cash Apps, people will send you $2 Cash Apps, because on $1 Cash App, there comes no words. With $2 Cash Apps, people can start typing. So with a $2 Cash App, someone can get your channel demonetized. Now, let's say it's a Cash App of a higher value. Let's say it's a $100 Cash App. It doesn't carry more weight than a $2 Cash App. It's the language that's used within the super chat. So let's say you're a very prominent YouTuber, or you have a lot of support coming in, right? And you don't have these blockers over your chat to where language is being stopped. People who are vindictive to you will come to your show. Even if you block them out the chat, they can still super chat and they can get your channel demonetized. So you have to moderate how your super chat is also laid out as well. Casper says, thank you, Casper. Casper says, everyone should be very careful who they assign as moderators. Rogue moderators are awful. Yes. Genesis says, what? I've seen so many suspect super chats that have intentional language meant to spark a moment and degrade a person. Wow, not good. This is so true. So even in instances when we are having these conversations, I do get that they are stimulating. They get the brain going and they push the conversation forward. Some of these super chats can get you demonetized and terminated. Now, it can be words as simple as swear language. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me for a second. Wrong video. Hold on.
Across the miles, through endless nights, we found each other, hearts ignited bright. Whispers on the wind, love's chest.
My baby. I had to give a special thank you to my baby. Yes, most definitely. Coach says, I've banned people that have sent a super chat that contains bad stuff. I don't care what amount of money is. So true. As a matter of fact, thank you for reminding me. I meant to do this earlier today, but just like last night, one of my day ones got clipped, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, oh, "Well, let me holler at you about that." So I had a conversation with him. I let him know what was going on. I'm like, "Yeah, this is why certain things you got to be careful with, and you probably got clipped by accident because you was probably using some language." And he even brought it to my attention. He was like, "Yeah, well, it was quite a few, and I understand that." And because of last night's show, trust me when I say this, last night's show was not to be moderated at all. But guess what? As of today, that show is still standing in the green. Now, I even talked to how it is that you do your reviews when you submit a video or when you're setting up a live stream. It's certain things that you can say in your live stream that will pretty much get you shadow banned. That's another word that they use. But we're going to stick to Dragonfly Jones. If you're still in the building, make sure you drop a chat in the box. But the super chats thing I touched on about how it is that you allow certain language to be used. And another thing is memberships. When people are membership gifting, even if you have those, because people will become a member on your channel just to spark some stuff. Because coincidentally, even with memberships, when someone celebrates their 1 month membership, a 2 month membership, or something like that, they can put a message in your chat. So you have to be very careful how you do these things. Where'd she go? Baby, get back up here. What you talking about? Yeah, that shadow banning ain't no joke, but yeah, that's for another day. Well, this all kind of rolls into it, Kojak. The thing is, with that banning, this is how you end up out of the autogram. Fluffy Goat has a good question. Fluffy Goat says, do you know if you're a shadow ban? You'll find out when you're a shadow ban, because what happened is, as like you pay attention to people who has mass amounts of subscribers, and you look at their ratio, how many people they have watching them. Let's say they last 10 live streams, right? If they averaging 50, 60 people from jump, and then you see them go live, or you don't even get notifications from them. Like I could go live and no one on my subscription list that subscribed to me will get a notification. So you won't even know that I went live. And even if you sign into a different account and you subscribe to that person, if I was to shut this live down and y'all create new accounts and subscribe to me and I was shadow banned and I go live again, you wouldn't even get the notification. So soft banning. No, I'm not demonetized, Kaifer. I'm not demonetized. I'm just talking about the document that I placed in the chat. Let me go ahead and put this back in there. I hope you get and stream that Dragon Ball in October. Yes, I will be getting that Dragon Ball in October. I appreciate that. Now, even with something like that, because y'all know I play video games, right? So even when I'm streaming video games, if I don't set up that live stream the correct way, certain actions within that game can get you demonetized, even if it's a video game that you're just playing, even with music. So the other day I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and there's a mod in that game which plays the song from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know, the little whistle song that play. So during that loading screen, that song plays. I get a message from YouTube like, hey, your video can't be monetized because of that song. I'm just like, wait, what? It was actually another portion that in the game where y'all remember I ran to the guy and I was like, oh, he got some pictures all over his tent. I cannot zoom in on those pictures because if nudity in the game is shown on your channel, if you're trying to build up your channel. Now I do understand that there's channels out here that does show nudity in a either a medical, educational, or some type of other way sense. Yes, YouTube is. Thank you, Kaifer. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Exactly, Dr. Steele. Copyright. Now, with the copyright thing, are words copyrightable? No, they're not. But it's certain words that you can say that can get you in trouble, because what it does is it brings attention to your channel. And don't get me wrong, I understand that they say all press is not good press, but bad press is not good. Bad press is not bad press, because when it comes to attention, you want eyeballs on you, but you want the right eyeballs on you. When you have the wrong eyeballs on you, such as y'all know, I have a few people within this space that necessarily does not like me. Now, let's say I welcome these people into my chat, or I allow them to say certain things within the super chat. In that super chat, that can get me demonetized, especially if they send in multiple super chats. If I don't catch it, if I'm just up here rambling, doing my thing, just talking, you know, producing the show, and I'm not paying attention to the chat, and my moderator's not paying attention to the chat, you can get demonetized. And I understand that there's a lot of content creators who be like, nope, I let my moderators do what they want. Well, if my moderators, and you got, like I was talking about those rogue moderators, they just get rid of everybody. They just remove all interaction and reach of your audience to your show. Let's bring it back for a second. Even in those super chats you have to be careful of. Now, when it comes to those eyeballs, that when you go live, of course, you know, word of mouth is everything. Your stream is going to get liked, which, by the way, somebody check the likes for me. Your stream is going to get shared out. Your Enemies and your allies is going to see that you're live. If you're not in control of the language, then you set yourself up for failure. Now, here comes the hard part. The hard part about this is that people have made the argument that this is silencing them. Now, when it comes to silencing people in the language that they use on your channel, you have to make a choice. Are you okay with your channel with having language on it that is silenced? Are you okay with your channel possibly being it ran amok to where now you set yourself up to possibly be demonetized? That's something you have to ask yourself. I'll name a few content creators. You look at a content creator like the lead attorney. The lead attorneys, he gets a lot of super chats. He gets a lot of people watching him. When he does this, if the lead attorney didn't have certain words banned out his chat, the lead attorney can get in trouble because he has a lot of attention on him. You look at another content creator, which is one of the biggest content creators in the space. Hey, Moxie, how you doing? You look at it. Thank you for sharing this information. Most definitely, I appreciate it, Fluffy Goat. Thank you for the super chat. And even like with my even with my thank you video, I have to be careful with that as well. Now, for instance, I can do something so simple like this.
Get on your Cash App.
That's safe. Get on your Cash App, it's fine. I could do something like this.
Jesus, cover me.
I could do something simple like that. I could also do something simple like this.
What?
But I can't let that whole clip play. And the reason is, if y'all seen that whole entire clip, y'all know what he says. I'm not going to repeat it. Now, the Ron Simmons clip, that's fine. I can go ahead and let that rock. What other clip can I play? Anyway, it's quite a few clips that you can use. Now, even in your videos, language in your videos can get you demonetized. As a matter of fact, I don't mind sharing this with y'all. There was a certain video that I played that a hater reported on my channel. And when that hater reported me on my channel, I ended up getting an email from YouTube. It was a video of another content creator that was waving around a weapon. Pay attention to the verbiage that I'm using. I hope y'all paying attention to the verbiage that I'm using. There's a content creator who was waving around a weapon and it was talking crap. When this content creator was waving his weapon around and talking crap, I just made a funny edit about it. When I made this funny edit to this video, this person who was a hater made a complaint to YouTube. When that complaint fell through, I ended up getting in trouble. YouTube was like, you can't be doing it. So I didn't get a strike, but I dang sure did get a little something. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry. Casper says, Legal Vices recently had a rogue mod. Unfortunately, the Vices YouTube channel was yeeted for a few days. Exactly, Casper. Shout out to my man's Legal Vices. Shout out to Jeff. Salute to him. I hope he's watching. I'm glad that Jeff is back on YouTube. But even in Jeff's position, he didn't even understand why everything happened. But I've seen his Twitter post. Now, is YouTube the only platform that is really curtailing language really keeping an eye on language and how it's used? No, YouTube isn't the only platform. Kiefer's comment earlier brought up a great thing when it talked about Twitch. Now, you think about the biggest content creator on Twitch, you think about the biggest content creator on YouTube. Excuse me 1 second. Dr. Steele, I already have a Mav channel, but I'm planning to start a real channel. And in one of my first idea videos, I planned on showing clips of me and panels. Can those CC strike me? Now, when it comes to strikes, or when it comes, well, the thing is, it's up to the content creator, right? If I showed a clip of me on This Might Be Risky, shout out to DJ Ham. If I showed a clip of me on This Might Be Risky's channel, then he could, depending on how I do it and how I edit it, he could strike me. Yes, Twitch. Genesis, Twitch is another streaming platform. Actually, I'm on Twitch. I'm not streaming to Twitch right now because the things that I'm talking about right now on YouTube, I'm okay to talk about on YouTube. if I was to take this conversation to Twitch, I would have to change up a lot of things because Twitch is starting to become strict, just like YouTube. But YouTube is bigger than Twitch. But let me get back to my point really quick. So with the biggest content creator on YouTube, which I'm going to just use Mr. Beast. Imagine if Mr. Beast got demonetized or if he got terminated off YouTube. Let's think about that for a second. How much attention does Mr. Beast bring bandwidth-wise to YouTube? How many people are subscribed to him? You think about the soccer player that's right now in a subscriber competition with Mr. Beast. His numbers is going up. Mr. Beast's numbers going up as well, but he's catching up. Now, let's say Mr. Beast got terminated off YouTube. How many people would be upset? Kick is based off the over Twitch is more wide over there. This is exactly true, Kojak, and I do have a Kick channel as well. But you don't hear me promoting it, do you? There's a reason. So you have to be careful with how you promote your channel. Now let's talk about how you promote your channel and how it can be a danger to you. You can promote your channel. You can multi-stream to different platforms all at once. We've seen this with StreamYards. We see this with OBS. We see this with Streamlabs and other streaming platforms. Services. But let's say your YouTubers go over to Twitch, and your Twitchers go over to Kick, and your Kickers come over to YouTube, and your bit shooters come over to YouTube. Those rules and regulations that they're used to on other platforms, they think will come onto this platform. How does that hurt you? I'll tell you how. Because a lot of the language that is allowed over there on other platforms, if you set your channel up the correct way, hey Tequila, how you doing? If you set your channel up the correct way, and I'm not saying that there's a right and wrong way, it's all up to the content creator. If you look in that list that I gave you, there's 3 categories in that list. The first category in that list is all words. In that, you're going to see a lot of those words are green. In that second list, the demonetized words, and I understand that some will have, oh, well, I say these words a lot on my show. I ain't get demonetized. I understand that. But let your channel run amok. YouTube doesn't like promotion of other platforms. This is also true, Casper. Thank you very much. I was going to get to that. So this is why I think I don't hear nobody talking about this, about how it is that you trying to grow yourself on social media platforms can be a hindrance to you. You just have to do it, and you got to do it quietly. So if I was streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick all at the same time, and let's say that my chat is just out the wazoos, and let's just say my super chats was out the wazoos, and the music that I'm playing, which is completely copyrighted, and I'm not buying licenses for it. Let's just say I run a channel like that. How long do you think that channel will last? Oh, well, Will, it's tons of channels out there. Look at the beef sector. Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about the beef sector for a second. I notice a lot of those channels in the beef sector are not monetized. Some of those channels, quite a few of those channels are. You know what? Let me use DJ Hamstack for a second. The majority of the channels in the beef sector are not monetized. The minority of the channels in the beef sector are monetized. The big name channels in the beef sector are monetized. There are some small. There's a minority of smaller name channels that is monetized as well. But you find that when they become monetized, they try to become more exciting. And by being more exciting, you then have the tendency to be more salacious. And by doing so, you're setting yourself up for failure, because all it takes is for the wrong person to make the right report and bring attention to your channel. Or if you're using demonetized language, and that language is not just words, it's not just phrases, it's also names. Let me make that very clear. It's also names. If you look within that document that I shared with y'all, those names can get you demonetized. One name in particular, as a matter of fact, we've seen it happen with the Fresh and Fit show when they brought that young man over to their platform. When they had that young man on their platform, he's not supposed to be on YouTube. There's other channels that are brought over, banned people to their YouTube channel. They're taking a big risk by doing that. Let me refer to my chat for a second. Excuse me. Twitch just changed its cross-streaming rules. Says multi-million subscriber. This is true. Twitch did change their multi-streaming rules. Fluffy Goat says, is it hard for a demonetized channel to be remonetized? I personally would. Hey, what's going on, JD? Appreciate you stopping by. I don't know how demonetization and remonetization works. Me personally, I know I came probably this close to being demonetized. When I came this close to being demonetized, I took notice about how it is that I was behaving. If you look at some of my old streams, I had to go in and clean a lot of those up. Now, mockery is okay, but as far as the language, that was a different story. So a lot of those streams I had to go in and clean up. If my channel was to grow, let's say I was on an exponential growth rate over the next 2 months, and let's say I was keeping up those antics or that language to where I was being salacious or I was being provocative, and one of my many haters decided to band together and start this reportal thing. If all these people keep submitting reports after reports after reports after reports, and also let me, I'll get to that in a second. I run the risk of being demonetized, if not terminated off YouTube. With these words, like I said, there's also names, there's also states, there's factions, there's groups. There's also groups, factions, religious groups. Certain religious groups you can't say on YouTube. Certain key figures in history you cannot speak about or talk about or say on YouTube. Now, you can do a documentary on it, and this is where the gray area relies. You could do a documentary. Hey, Dwayne, you could do a documentary on it. But when you do a documentary on it, you better make sure that it's for educational purposes. You better make sure that when you set up those tags, that you are doing it the correct way. And when you do the content, you have to make sure that you stay within the guidelines of that content label or that content tag that you put on your live stream. Excuse me. Say like, how often are these guidelines being amended? That's a very good question. I wish I had more time to look into that, or I wish I even had the answer ready for you. Kojak, he says, as needed. It's not a set time frame. Usually they consult the advertisers. Now, I'll bring up a situation that happened in YouTube. I believe this was last year. There was a content creator by the name of Nick Recator. His channel name was Recator Law, or I think that's what it is. Nick Recator got into a online kerfuffle. Pay attention, I'm using the verbiage. He got into an online kerfuffle with a certain group of people from another streaming platform. He invited these people. So here, he had a smoke show. And when he had this smoke show, he welcomed up people who had heavy disagreements with him. Yes, another unknown rule. Never wrench everyone in the chat. This is true, Casper. This is very true. Never wrench everyone. Robbie says they do research groups and they do update. This is true. I'm going to speak about that too later. But back to the Nick Recator situation. Nick Recator got into a kerfuffle with a very known streamer. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna get right back to it. Content creator has to be mindful of their own content, who they mod up, and what links they can share. Thank you so much, VS. A rogue mod can place a link in your chat that will get you terminated. Think about that. Let that set in. Thank you, VS. I appreciate you for bringing that up. Replica says YouTube is a private company. It's their rules. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Some people think they have a right on YouTube. This is true. Some people think that they have such a right on YouTube that they go above and beyond because they want to demolish or destroy, demolish or demonetize or get their channels terminated. So, with the Nick Rekieta situation, he had a little back and forth with another famous streamer, and that streamer had a following. That following came to Nick's channel. When Nick had a back and forth with one of those followers, Nick said a joke. Now, there was a board game called Warhammer. In the Warhammer universe, there has been games, there's been other iterations of this game, there's been books, there's been movies made. As a matter of fact, they have another movie coming out very soon, starring Henry Cavill. He's supposed to be in that movie. But he made a joke from an old YouTube video. And when he made this joke, they took inference to it. I won't repeat the joke. And I also would not link the video. But when he made this joke, the people in his chat knew what he was talking about. But you're thinking about, here, I'll give you another example. There's 37 people watching right now. Last night, when I was live talking about the situation with that other content creator, what he was going through and the allegations that he's facing, I had 190 people in here. That live to this day, it's over 2,000 something views. How many people of that 190, how many people do you think actually rocks with me? And now here we are today. I have 38 in the chat. This is why I do something like this. And I suggest all content creators do something like this. For everyone in the chat that is listening to the sound of my voice right now, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat right now. I'm going to take head count. I like to take head counts because I like to know who's watching, because you can't technically see who's watching your channel. You can get a head count though. VS says, I have not yet given any my admin control. I trust them, but if ish goes left, I'm the only one on the hook. This is absolutely true, VS. Castro says, clean links only is my weird over focus. I get frustrated when mods spam or post spamming stuff. Spamming is another way to get your channel in trouble. Now, I'm going to take a head count. Like I said, I have 38 people watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is my first time seeing Dan in here, so 13. Now, 13 people out of 38 people watching. Now, anybody go check the likes for me really quick. Out of 38 people watching, and somebody just tell me how many likes it is right now, because I'm not looking. Hey, Trees, how you doing? Hey, Taylor Bell. Hey, Eric Jack. My bad for not speaking to y'all. All right, 34 likes. 20 minutes ago, it was 50 people watching. 35, 34. All right. So at an average, I'm doing very good right now. That means that people have came in, hit the like, and either they left or they're still here. But take a number of how many people put a 1 in a chat. So who's watching Cellulite Podcast right now? That's what you have to ask yourself as a content creator. When you go live and you see those numbers, and trust me, as your channel grows, that number will go up. The more people who have you influence to subscribe to your channel and to come support your channel, not only with likes, because that's the most important, it helps with the algorithm, but also those who hit your super chat and your cash app. But you pay attention when you do those smoke streams, like yesterday when me and Robbie did the stream talking about that other content creator. There was 190 people in here. I don't even remember. Yes, Ops is watching, and possibly bots too. Jack, I'm going to touch on that. With the situation with Nick Rekieta, after he had this back and forth with that follower from that other camp, Nick Rekieta's channel was going the next day. And his channel was going the next day from making a joke. Pay attention to what I'm saying. When he made this joke, they said it was a threat and he was reported en masse. When he was reported en masse, his channel was gone. Hey, Moxie. Moxie says, also more people that I thought watch YouTube on their TVs a lot of time. This is true too. But when Nick's channel got removed, it was an uproar across YouTube. Why? Because Nick was a big channel. He pulled in so many super chats and viewers over the Rittenhouse trial. He put in a lot of support. He had a lot of. I was in his chat at one time, and he literally had 800,000 people watching him. When the verdict was getting ran, I believe he had close to like 1 million, if not 1.5 million people watching his live. That's astronomical numbers. And the super chats ran in. I'm not talking about flew in. They ran in when the verdict got read that he was innocent. Now you take a YouTuber like that who had a prominent channel. He was covering news. He was covering law. Yes, he was salacious because he was drinking. And a couple of times he said some pretty crazy, outrageous stuff. But his channel was gone within 1 day from a massive reporting from a group of people who disagreed with him. I can't remember how long it was. Moxie, if you remember, anyone who knows Nick, if y'all can remember, how long was Nick off YouTube? Because I know that I went to Nick's channel and it was like terminated. And then I think it was like a week or two later, Nick's channel was back up. And what happened was Nick got some inside information about what was going on at Google. Because of these, like a week. So because of this mass reporting, 800,000, yes, pure eyes and ears. It was crazy how many people was watching Nick Rekieta's show. And he would stream anywhere between 8 to 14 hours a day. He would cut on a live and he would sit there and people would come up. Shout out to all the people in the lawyer spirit that I have, in LawTube that I have been cool with. People would come up there and they would gain traction as lawyers. They would come up there, they would give dialogue. Of course, they would monitor how the language that they was using. But if you pay attention to the chat, and you also pay attention to the other things that was going on around, Nick was pulling in more numbers than mainstream media for a trial. Not to include, he didn't do it once, he did it twice. Remember, the Johnny Depp case happened as well. When Johnny Depp was found innocent, oh my God, his chat was ridiculous. Super chats, ridiculous. So why am I telling you this? For someone who brings that much attention to a YouTube channel based on someone's dislike of you because of the verbiage that you use, people can get your channel removed. Now, there's a few things I want to touch on. I know VS brought up a point that I wanted to speak to. Where is it? Hey, what's going on, Grandmother's Rebellion? Good evening, Sam Robbie. I hope you both well. In the clouds, listening, informative stream. Thanks for the info. Most definitely. Yes, VS, no one is safe. Moxie says, change the game for mainstream court coverage. They started trying to do the same. Listen, it was crazy what Nick did. And all of those channels who came up, I'm not saying off of Nick, but they came up during that. For those who know what I'm about to say, you know that channel Fight Club that refers to that movie? A lot of people, I gained some notoriety on Fight Club. A lot of people gained notoriety on Fight Club. But you look at something like Nick's streams when he was doing that, it was crazy. Now, where is that comment from VS? She said something that was very... Was it VS? Give me a second, y'all. There it is. Thank you. Content creator has to be mindful of their own content, who they mod up, and what links they can share. Now, and mind you, as I'm telling y'all this, I'm working behind the scenes to get things together because people can post links in your chat. Links in your chat that lead to certain websites can get you in trouble unless you have very good moderators who can catch it. Now, if I post a link, that can get me in trouble. You see what I'm saying? This is very dangerous. So this is why you have to take the time. When you block people out your chat, don't let them woo you. Oh, we can be cool. And then they drop down in your chat and they put some salacious. Next thing you know, you're out the door. Your channel's gone. So with the links thing, there's certain groups and websites that I'm not going to say, but there was a very big group that was speculated to be backed by a political party, which caused a lot of problems. I believe it was in Oakland. I'm not going to say the name because that name is on the list. When that group caused those problems in Oakland, it brought a lot of national attention to that group and to that specific party. I'll give you another inference. When those groups would go to certain live streams and they would drop their name in their chat, they would drop their links in their chat. That show was that show or that stream or that channel was gone. Yeah, the Canadian Tupac got on his channel here for sharing crazy content on the community wall. You got to be careful. Even your community wall. Thank you, E Black. Your community wall isn't safe. As a content creator, you need to know these things because even language on your community or your community wall can get you in trouble. Apex says, listen, I remember when I was a mod on someone named King's channel and MFers were oxing. I put a link of an article and made sure I had every single person's IP who clicked on it just in case. Yes. So as I'm breaching into another asset or aspect of my life, when it comes to internet security and creating what we call safe spaces, you have to create a space for yourself as a content creator. If you have disagreements with people on YouTube, block them and keep them blocked, regardless of what they say. Be careful of alliances, be careful of factions. When certain people come into your chat, now remember what I said. That's why I'm on my gamer channel. I got post moderation turned all the way up. Yes. Certain comments are automatically flagged and waste my. Yes, it is okay as a content creator to control the language in your chat. Have your moderation turned all the way up. Have your moderators be able to review comments before they are posted to your chat, which is fine. So when these other streamers, I'll use a prime example, which is Angry Man. Angry Man, his moderators, he lets them know off rip, get them up out of here, not asking no questions. And also, it's certain words that you can't put in his chat. And I understand that we want to keep up a decorum, or we want to keep up a air about ourselves when it comes to being a YouTuber. But what are you putting at risk? Now, I'll jump back over to the beef sector for a second. I've been over in the beef sector quite some time. I make my way through the beef sector. I just got my peepers on. Some people's channels I've been up to, some people's channels I've talked about. I got a golden wrench over there. All right, now, Yvette Marie. So within the beef sector, I see a lot of people, when they get demonetized, they understand, oh, I can do and say whatever I want now. Oh, yeah. A lot of people who get demonetized, or until they get monetized, they will do and say everything. Hey, Lucky Marie, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. If y'all already did not get a copy of that document, there is the document right there. Please make sure you pay attention to the second column in that document. In that document, that second column is all of the demonetized words. Now, there's going to be different colors on different words, and those shades of those words will let you know the strength or the possibility of how likely you are if people was to mass report your channel for using these words in your chat. And yes, I'm tasking you as content creators. go into your creator studio, and you're not going to be able to copy and paste from the document to your banned words box. You're going to have to go in and type it. So if you want to put all 2,992 words into your banned box, you need to go get started. If not, make sure you go through and make sure that you moderate to where you can set it up to where chats will have to be reviewed before they get posted. Now, when you do this, you have to understand subscribers who does not know the changes that you've made, they're going to get upset. Why can't I say this in your chat? I was able to say this before other people say this. You're going to have a stream like this where you have to come up and say, hey, look, listen, I just need y'all to know things is going to change. And if you're not comfortable with the changes that's being made, I understand that. But this is a revenue for me. And if I want to protect my revenue, I have to protect my business, which means I have to protect my channel. Which means I have to protect my chat. I have to protect my super chats. Most people who are monetized have even turned their super chat button off and just said, I'm only accepting cash apps. That way you can control what's being said even through support. VS says all CCs should get to know the blocked words. All content creators should get to know the blocked words within community settings. Set up to have words blocked in chat. Because cuss words, thank you, or even or keep single letters so someone can't spell out a racial slur. This is so true. Because within that list, there's even words where there's a letter, a hyphen, a letter, hyphen, or a letter dash, or letter period. There's even different ways to spell. I just want you to put yourself in the position of a chatter. Put yourself in the position of your enemy and think about terminating your own channel. If you have to really put two and two together, what words or what language would you use to get rid of yourself? Think about this for a second. Yes, Lucky, you have to, because if you rub the wrong people the wrong way, your channel can get your revenue can be gone. And yeah, you can start up a new channel and all that's great. Someone who will be that shady to drop that type of language is doing it on purpose. Exactly, VS. So I referenced the beef sector for a reason, because I know that beefing is a thing over there. But there's also a thing in other sectors as well. You have the Umar sector, you have the black sector, you have the religious sector, you have the trucking sector, you have the gaming sector, you have the receipt-o-sphere, which I created the receipt-o-sphere. And yes, I am coining that. The receipt-o-sphere, for those who did not know, you cannot talk about it unless you can pull a receipt. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Just like I'm talking about this now. I'm talking about this language that needs to be monitored. Usernames can also have banned stuff, unfortunately. Thank you, Casper. I was getting to that. When people create channels or they create different profiles, like I have a few profiles blocked that specifically, yes, the receipt-o-sphere. If you can, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Don't come up here talking about what you got, what you did, what you can, what you want, what you have. I don't want to hear nothing. Unless you got a receipt, I don't want to hear it. Because when I did my stream yesterday, and VS, I know it's a long stream. I don't know if you caught the whole entire thing. And as a matter of fact, to everyone in the chat, as a matter of fact, I'm at my 1 hour and 5 minute mark. I need a head count. Drop me a 1 in the chat. If you can hear the sound of my voice, drop me a 1 in the chat. If you haven't already done so, make sure you like the stream, share it out. But yes, I need a head count. I need a 1 in the chat. Fine, let's all see. Apex, I need you to do not Apex. That's a word. That's one of the words. Does this include, Lucky says, does this include clips we review or just what we say? Clips you review, clips you play, music you play, shows you review, everything. I could be, Lucky Marie, I can go to your channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 9 out of 34. Okay. So, Lucky Marie, I could go pull one of your shows and play it on my channel. By me playing it on your channel, of course, you're going to get a what is it called in the creator studio? It's like when you get a notification that someone's restreaming your stuff. I can't remember what it's called. But let's say in that clip, someone said something very salacious in a clip that you was reviewing on your show. If one of my haters was watching my show and they seen one that I was playing your show and two that something was said on your show and my show, they can report that as well. It's a lot of things you have to be accounted for. Copyright match to it. Thank you, baby. Genesis says, "Oh, we gotta watch our miles now. Did y'all see the list?" Genesis, that list. Lucky, did you get the list? If I didn't give y'all the list, there's the list right there again. Now, is this list only for YouTube? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it says YouTube demonetization words. But I want you to take this list. DMCA notice? Yes, DMCA. Now, when it comes to the DMCA thing, let me talk about the DMCA thing. I've heard some people have took offense to what I've been saying over this last week or so. And I've said since July 1st. Well, not since July 1st. Moving forward, do not restream my stuff. If you're not, I'm taking this tactic from another sector. If you're going to restream my stuff, one, you're taking a risk because I cuss a lot and my mouth is wicked. I may say some crazy things. So you're taking a risk by restreaming my stuff. Number two, you restream my stuff without my permission. You have not hit my Cash App. You have not hit my Super Chat. And I understand there's some content creators, I've been playing their stuff and they have even played my stuff. Fine. I've said it with them. I had a conversation. Thank you, Luxury Bucket List. I've said it with them. Moving forward, do not restream. Do not show a screenshot of my content. You have not gotten permission. Yes, Lucky Marie, we got to be careful. Turkey Legs, hey, what's going on, Turkey Legs? Turkey Legs said, what's happening? I just had a 15-hour sleep. Listen, nothing much. I'm just giving y'all information. Instead of being up here talking about beef, talking about drama, talk about all this, that, and the other. Like I said last night when I was doing my show, I had 100, my peaked out at 191 people watching. Now I'm at 40 and I'm up here giving y'all information. What's happening here? Thank you, baby, for posting the Cash App. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App if you do so, please. Or if you feel inclined to do so, you can go ahead and you can hit the Super Chat. I appreciate it all. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to say. So that's what I was talking about. Casper brought up the names. So I've blocked a few names. I blocked a few people out of my streams and my channel forever. And I'm not unblocking them because of the names that they said. The names that they said can get you in trouble as well. Let's say someone had a very egregious name in my chat. And let's say I had 300 people watching. And out of those 300 people, 200 of those people reported a name in my chat. And that screenshot made its way to YouTube. Well, out of those 200 people, YouTube is going to be like, wait, why is we getting all these reports? And then they bring this. Do me a favor, Lucky, even though you already did it, can you go ahead and delete that comment really quick, please? You're lucky, I got you. So to answer that question, a lot of people get a pass because they don't have a whole. What happens is because YouTube is very picky on how, no politics. So a lot of people get a pass because they have backing. It's okay, Lucky, you're good. You didn't know. It's okay. A lot of people get a pass because they have backing. You look at the people who have the right backing and how much of a pass they get. Now, did Fresh and Fit pull in more numbers than Miss Owens? That's something you have to ask yourself. You go look at the content. You go look at the history of their live streams. Look at the super chats. Think about how much revenue that channel was bringing in for YouTube. Because you got to remember, when you get a super chat, YouTube gets a percentage of it. I'm going to type something in the chat. Give me 1 second. If you're not caught up in the stream, hit live and stay abreast. Thank you. All right. Dan, you late? Yeah. Come on in. Make sure y'all hit the live state, bro. Casper said, I've been, no, sorry, not Casper. Lucky says, Casper, I've been reviewing controversial things, so I'm definitely being careful. Yeah, you got to be careful because you have to be careful even reviewing certain content creators. But let me get back to the names. So, with the names thing, you have to be careful who you're allowing in your chat. Pay attention to your chat while you're streaming. This is why a lot of people do preloaded videos because your comment section, even on your videos, can get you in trouble as well. Dita Degenerate, what's going on? Apex says YouTube doesn't care until it makes the news. FNF was good until that New York Times article. This is true. FNF got a lot. I'm pretty sure FNF got a lot of reports, but the wrong attention. Remember what I said earlier in the stream. The wrong attention came at the right time, and when the wrong attention came at the right time, look at what happened to FNF. Turkey says, "Good thing I don't swear and do stuff. I just like to yell and make people laugh." There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But even in your topics, I understand that we like to take letters and we like to mix them with numbers sometimes, and even like we like to use punctuations with those letters. That's still something that can get you, because all it takes is for the right person to write the wrong report the right way, and now you have attention on you, attention that you didn't want. So you have to be careful. Dan says, I was looking at that list. How in the world is Dan, I can tell you how your last name is on that list, because there's a name that starts with your last name that has a last name that starts with the S, and I won't say that person's name on this chat. Yes, Turkey, out of context reports. So for you content creators that have been in this space for quite some time, do y'all remember when they had this big gigantic thing going on YouTube where you can just mass report channels and they would just be gone? Do y'all remember that? I wasn't around during that time. I've only been here for like 2 years, but I remember hearing quite a few content creators talking about it. So reports don't have to be true. Even the report that was made on me that said that I was handling a weapon, which was not true. Yep, Kojak says he remember. Turkey Leg says you remember. Robbie remembers. Moxie says before my time. All right, cool. So yeah, Moxie, me and you came around at the same time. D says I remember. E Black says yeah. So y'all know. So with these mass reports, they don't have to be true. The report that was made on me is that I was handling a weapon, which I was not. Now you may see props in my background, which I would not refer to them except for that they are props. Yvette Marie says I remember. So a report was made on me that I was handling a weapon. When that report came to me, YouTube didn't send me a complaint email. They sent me a different email. I even went to appeal that email, and there was an action taken against me because of that report, even though I had the live stream downloaded and I played the section where the complaint was. Now, here's the other side of this. Here's the disgusting side of this. Do you think people get actioned upon when those reports are not true? Ah, there we are. My grandmother's opinion said I remember it and went through it and experienced it. Really? Casper says I had a channel before that mass reporter stuff. I was before the Google buyout. All right, cool. Yes, VS. No, they don't. They don't do anything to people who submit false reports, but they should. And I think that is what will stop the false reports. But how do you as a Google employee or as an AI program, how do you filter out what's good reporting and what's not? Does more attention need to be brought to it? Of course more attention needs to be brought to it. But just like with certain aspects of governing bodies, remember, I'm curtailing my language for a reason. Until that happens, you have to protect yourself now. You have to preemptively set up your defenses now. So E Black says I got mass reported during the 30 for 30. They was reporting my channel every day. That's why I created a second channel. Yes, most content creators who have a fear that something like mass reporting, even though it's a false report, can get their channel taken away, is why they create second channels. But when this report was made on me, I showed YouTube. I had numerous conversations with people from the supporter. I mean, the creators support, and I was like, "Watch this clip and tell me where you see me handling, waving, manipulating a weapon. Please watch this clip." And they watched the clip. They said, "Oh, we received your appeal. It's under review." 7 hours later, my appeal was rejected, even though it was a clip I played. Now, let me ask y'all a question. This is another way I'm gonna get my head count. For those who can hear the sound of my voice who are paying attention, let me ask you a question. How many channels on YouTube do you see where weapons are being manipulated, broken down, put back together, loaded, unloaded, and fired? How many videos and or channels have you seen on YouTube? Even to this day, how many channels have you seen like that? This is another way I'm gonna get my head. Exactly, Robbie. Those appeals are by bots. They're not by humans. Vet Marie says a few. Robbie says several. Apex says over 30 channels. Emperor Gojai says a lot. Nidus says tons. Turkulus says, years ago I did see a lot. Dandro says dozens. Via says, I've seen one that I follow, but I know there are a lot. Fluffy says a lot. Moxie says tons. Thank y'all for participating in this head count. Remember, look how many people just answered that question. Of course, you have to factor in that some people are driving or they're on their TV. But then you got the Black Rambo is one. Yes, Black Rambo is one. Exactly. Those channels fall up under different rules. Thank you, Casper. I appreciate you. Via says, I know someone who did the same, submitted an appeal, got an email saying it was being reviewed, look at the clip history, and has 0 views. Yeah. So my appeal was rejected. And I made the argument that even though the argument is being made or the report is being made that I was manipulating the weapon on my live stream, when there was other people on my live stream, and none of us manipulated any weapon, I got the strike. And when I got the strike, when I submitted my appeal, guess what happened? I got the strike. And I made the argument, how many channels on YouTube, how many YouTube videos are there of weapon reviews where the weapon is being broken down, cleaned, manipulated, put it back together, loaded, and fired? How many weapons have been sold because of YouTube reviews alone? I can tell you right now, I've purchased weapons legally because of YouTube reviews. So how is it that a clip I played gets me on a list? Think about that for a second. Excuse me. Kojak says, and the YouTube TOS changed in late July about that too. This is true. If women want to make easy money, go to the range and take time to watch the money run. The possibility. If Will were to do the same arms fire stuff, thank you, he would be stopped immediately. Yes, I would. Diesel TV is another. How many ads feature them? Good question. How many? If you work your algorithm the correct way, you will start getting ads. You will start getting a lot of your ads, and a lot of your algorithm will change, and you will start getting channels that does this. How many hunting videos is there where they're hunting? But all right, I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't want to. Demolition Ranch. This is true. Dan George has a question. Are there certain parameters that are required for handling weapons on YouTube? I believe that there is. I just don't know the TOS on it. Those who are TOS specialists, you have to ask Kojak, Casper, content creators, Raw B, Robbie is very good with this. She's very knowledgeable with the terms and services now. That's why we've been changing how we've been doing things, because things have happened to us in the past. So we be careful. VS, she's been on here for quite some time. VS, I'm pretty sure she's very educated in these, and I'm just making an assumption here. VS is very educated when it comes to this TOS stuff. Y'all know when I got TOS questions, I go straight to Robbie. Robbie, you've been doing this longer than me, baby. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the parameters for handling a weapon on YouTube, then you would have to be a weapon. From what I see, you have to be a weapons channel and have to be educational. You can't be out now. You can say in music videos, fine, but that's a musical production. In a music video, in a video production, they might be handling a fake weapon, but that's for them. I'm not on the level of those people. Look at VS. Kojak says there's a guy and his son named that has 3 channels about that. They review, break them down, fire them, and everything. This is true. I'm assuming you have to be licensed in military. No, you don't, because in a few states across America, you don't have to have a license to have a weapon. You just have to have an ID. Not that much. Moxie says, I did a range day members only vid. Only got a copyright for the sound of the music clip, but also ineligible for a monetization. See what I'm saying? But I know channels where you can go watch them at the range, and you could do super chats or super things, as they say. Smitty says rappers wave switches all the time and hold weapons as people in the penitentiary system. Yeah, this is 1,000% true. Will's Boot Camp channel. Yes, listen, I gotta educate y'all. Ain't nobody else talking about it. Casper says potentially criminal Sean was stopped midstream when he accidentally showed a photo of the arm stuff. Aussie Overload 2 Yasser. Yeah, it's a channel I'm subscribed to right now. When he goes live, his camera is set on his wall. He has about a good 40 weapons up there, never touches none of them, and his camera is solely focused on his wall. People was in the chat like, oh, what's that weapon right there? What's that weapon right there? What's that weapon? And as people was putting names in the chat, his moderators was getting rid of chats. Got to be careful. Coach says, I brought my beamed because of a YouTube video myself. Yeah. They're Apex. Exactly. There's a guy who makes content with a literal tank. But yet, like, remember what I said, it takes the wrong person at the right time to submit the wrong report to the right people. And your channel could be going tomorrow. Talking about arm stuff in the chat can get the chat in trouble too. Yeah, Smitty, can you go ahead and drop can you get rid of, don't get rid of him, just delete those chats, please. Thank you, Casper. I appreciate that. See, like Casper's on it. So really quick before I get into my last little segment, I want to say thank y'all for stopping by for this educational thing. I don't know how many views or this is going to get. I'm not doing this for the views. I'm doing this because I want people to be informed. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and give y'all this one more time just in case y'all don't have it. And I wish to see more content creators talking about this, about how all of these different people in all these different sectors is, you wake up one day and their channel is gone, and or their channel is they can't upload anything to their channel. They can't participate in nothing on YouTube. They can't do anything. The right man in the wrong place can make a big difference in the world. Absolutely correct. So I appreciate y'all. Again, hit the cash app if you feel so inclined. Hit the super chat if you feel so inclined. Most importantly, hit the like. The like is the most important. And make sure you share this information out. Share this video out. Thank you. I appreciate that, VS. I appreciate that, Yvette. I got to give one glory to God and super thanks to my baby. Where my baby at? Oh, where is my baby at? Where my baby at? There go my baby. All right, so my last thing I'm gonna give y'all before I get up out of here. Cheapo, stopping by with the light. Appreciate you, Cheapo. Thank you for stopping by. Before I get up out of here, is one more little piece of information I want to give y'all to be very careful. The information I want to give y'all is about copyrighted material, copyrighted music, sounds, all of that good stuff. When it comes to copyrighted material, if you have not already educated yourself to go into the content creator or the music creator, what is it called? Creator studio, and check for the license of for those musics that you use, go do so. If you have good communication or are in contact with a creator, such as the person who created the song. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor.
Down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hits. Niggas been counting me up, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hits. The real ones are dying, the fake ones is lit, the game is off balance, I'm back on my shit, the Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it, you all on my dick, I'm all in my bag, as hard as it get, I do not store powder, I might take a sip, I might hit the blunt, but I'm liable to trip, I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish, niggas been counting me up.
Y'all didn't hear it, but I heard it. If you listen to that song, there's a key signature in that song that says "Doctor." That's how you know it's a DJ Witch Doctor beat. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor. So when you have content creators who create music, keep a good relationship with them, because you can then use their music and you don't have to worry about it. Now, for instance, y'all know my baby is Raw B. Under Raw B, when I play this song, no, not this song. This is a beat that Witch Doctor did for me. Did you hear it? I'm gonna play it again. Did you hear Doctor? That's DJ Witch Doctor beat. Yeah, I know, Casper. I'm being very careful with that. So this song.
Lean to the streets, living in the shadows with the real G's. Make death a game on lock. Every move is a leak. Survival of the fittest, ain't no room for the weak. East side legend with a west side grind.
When y'all know that song is played in my intro, right? Thank you, Kojak. When I played that song in my intro, there is a licensing to that song. I went and I purchased that licensing to that song. So now, when I shut this live down, I'm going to get, hey, you played this song. All I have to do is submit my license. Now, let's say you use someone else's content and you have an arbitrary relationship. What I mean by arbitrary relationship, thank you, baby. Make sure y'all go check out the Patti LaBelle's over on Apple Music. It's on other platforms as well. Baby, go ahead and drop all your links. So if you have an arbitrary relationship with someone that has access to your social media, either your channel, your name, whatever, and you're using their content, even when it comes down to music, that person, they don't have to wait. And I'm saying this because this is something that I just did to someone else. This is why, I got a license for all the music that I use. There you go. Good job, Kojak. Now, there was a content creator who got removed from the YouTube app, and now they're back. What they did was they restreamed my content. Now, of course, if I had a better relationship with this person, had they came to me and said, hey, is it okay with me restreaming your content? Then that would have been a different conversation. But you know what I did do? I blocked this person. Not only did I block this person, I blocked their cohorts as well. I've cut all possible forms of communication because I don't want this person communicating with me at all. If you restream my content, I am going to strike you. It's just that simple. And that's because of the difference in relationship. Now, let's say I have I have a relationship with my man's Witch Doctor. I play Witch Doctor's music. The music that he created for me. I don't know if Witch Doctor gets a, hey, this person's using your content or they playing your licensed music. Let's talk about licensed music. When you create content of your own, Here, I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a secret. When you create content of your own, upload it and keep it there. Because when someone uses your content, that content removal thing is going to come to you, and you have choices. You could do a delayed, you could do an immediate. Now, let's say you have an arbitrary relationship with someone on this app. I don't care if I'm using his content. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool, no problem. Strike. Moxie says copy claims are out of control. People who don't own it claim it, and YouTube doesn't know any. They didn't do anything about it. I've gotten so many copyright claims, and I know whose music I'm using, and the claim comes in someone else's name. It's the craziest thing ever. And I'll be like, wait, what? And then I go back and I look at the clip and I look at the timestamp where they say that their music was used, and I'll listen to it, and then I go listen to their original song, and I'll be like, wow. So I don't know if y'all paid attention to the intro that I played when I first came up here. I did that for a reason, because when I first used this person's music, a copyright claim came. When I use it a second time, there's this thing called revenue sharing. Revenue sharing came, and I said, "Oh, really?" So I played it again. I played it on my stream last night. This one. There's a reason I'm doing that. I want this person to get credit for the music that they create. Do I need to say that again? I want this person to get credit for the music that they create. I have a relationship with this person where I've gotten to communication with this person. Not only did I go ahead and ask them for permission to use their music, but I want them to get paid too. It's all about how you handle relationships on this app. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I hope everyone learned something or took something away from this stream tonight. Let me go ahead and drop this link one more time. This is the Google Doc. I hope you all are paying attention. Make sure you do your due diligence and go in there and research those 2,992 words. Yes, I don't know all of them by heart, but I know that it's 2,992 words. Some word. Actually, it's one word on that list. It's one name on that list, which is in red. I won't say that name, and please do not say that name in my chat. But it's one name on that list in particular that I've seen, and I went and did a research. I've seen live streams get cut. There's content on that list. There's phrases on that list. You have to be careful. Now, will this change the growth and or direction of your channel? It might. But I want you to think about the risk you take when you don't set up these parameters for your channel. Think about those who you have disagreements with. If they wanted to take it that far, someone or a group of people can get you removed, and they will celebrate. They will celebrate. Let me say it again. They will celebrate when it happens. Trust and believe me when I say it. They will celebrate when it happens. Not only will they celebrate, they will tag your enemies or people you have had disagreements with, so they can celebrate. They relish when they get a channel takedown. A channel took it down. I'm sorry. So you have to be careful. Now, I have to say, I'm proud. My baby says she's proud of me. Thank you, baby. I have to say, since I've been taking note of this, Moxie, Moxie, drop your channel in the chat. Moxie Dame, she comes from a different sphere or sector within YouTube. Moxie, that's my G. Me and Moxie, we've been rocking for a time. I believe it was Nick's I believe Nick is where I met you at, Moxie. I could be wrong. Or was it Jeff's? But I've been to Moxie's channel. Moxie has been to my channel. Very good discussions. Very good content creator. Yeah, you'll Moxie. You'll like Moxie. I got two. I just realized I got two Moxies in the chat. Moxie and Moxie. I just realized that. But yes, I have no problem with content creators dropping their links in my chat. It's just I'm going to have to set it up to where I've been on Nick with Jeff tons of time. There you go. You never heard of another Moxie other than you? Oh, trust me. Trust me, it's tons. It's tons. But if you are a content creator, I'm giving this one last piece. I know I'll keep. I just want to give y'all so much information. If you are a content creator, make sure you go to other social media platforms and look for your content. If you are, let me say it again. If you are a content creator, go to other social media platforms and look for your content. Look for people who you know you have a disagreement with, and look if they see look and see if they have other social media platforms. And what I want you to pay attention to is, are they restreaming your content? If they are restreaming your content also on other social media platforms, you can DMCA that content. How do I know? Trust me, I know. Shadow Dragon, what's going on, G? Excuse me. I thought Moxie was Moxie's stealth account. Love the ladies. Yeah, if you're a content creator, take your time and go venture out to other streaming platforms. Make sure your content is not being restreamed. Because if it is, think about it like this. What attention is your restreamed content bringing you? Is it good restreams? Because, you know, we can all paint a narrative, or as they say over in other sectors, we can all spin a play. We can run plays all day. Shout out to Bro Say, like, thank you, Wife School Podcast. Thanks for the information. Yeah, y'all are gratefully welcome. Listen, I'm giving this to y'all. If y'all like the show, support the show. Most importantly, hit the like, hit the share it out. Share this information out. This information should not be something that's kept on the wraps. Go educate yourself with the terms of services. Go educate yourself with those content creator classes that you can take within the content creator studio. Make sure you go read up on these things. And when it comes down to it, most importantly, if you don't want it public, keep it private. Do I need to say that again? If you do not want it public, keep it private. Do your very best to keep it private, because the wrong person will find out the wrong thing about you and use it at the right time against you. That being said, what song can I play on my way out? You know what? Why not?
Hustle in my veins, got the city on my mind. Ain't no love lost in this world so cold. Got a heart full of gold, but my soul been sold. Posted at the corner store, cash in hand.
All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I am monetized, so if y'all want to hit the super chat on the way out, you want to hit the cash up on the way out. If you want to drop a like, share it out. If you want to create your own live stream and go talk about it, cool. I have no problem with that. But I will see y'all later. Deuces.
Respect the hustle. Recognize the game from the Motor City where we don't play the same. Life in the fast lane, chasing that fame. But in the end, it's about the family name. Stacking paper high like the towers we see. Built from the ground up, legacy of the D. Blood, sweat, and tears in the streets we roam. But in the end, it's about the family name. Stacking paper high like the towers we see. Built from the ground up, legacy of the D. Blood, sweat, and tears in the streets we roam. But in the end, it's about the family name. Never back down. Always stand tall in the face of adversity. I'll never fall. Live by the code, respect and loyalty. In the city of hustlers, that's the royalty. Detroit gangster, king of the streets. Living in the shadows with the real G's. Me got the game on lock, every move is elite. Survival of the fittest, ain't no room for the weak. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. So Respect the hustle, recognize the game. From the Motor City where we don't play the same. Life in the fast lane, chasing that fame. But in the end, it's about the family name. From the east to the west, recognize the game. From the Motor City where we don't play the same. Life in the fast lane, chasing that fame. But in the end, it's about the family name. From the east to the west. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love. Ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city. From the east to the west, we rise above. In the heart of Detroit, it's all about love, ain't no city like mine, tough and gritty. Salute to my brothers who run this city.